The give out of the gun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Turning it on. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver. They can do that. They can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
Pulls it and fires to the left. And he'll take
I didn't do that.
Touchdown, Trojans! Talk about a great way to start the game and setting the tone right out of the gate.
You ain't lying. Sometimes it takes a couple drives to get the juices going and get in a rhythm. No, sir. They came on the field, locked, loaded, ready to roll. No slow start here.
A rather inauspicious start with the kickoff out of bounds and great field position for this offense. Looking for a man, it's Wells. He's going to take a shot right away. He's got it at the 15. Just what they were looking for, a huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. After ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, now they've got it 1st and 10 from the 13. The pull and throw off the RPO. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. The give. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. It's complete to the right. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the 1st down. The Trojans will call on their punt team. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Gators sending the offense back to work. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take it.
He's loose. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Off the RPO, complete. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
The Gators can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. From the gun, the running back has it. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball. I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
Got his man quickly. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down.
Awesome job there on 3rd down by the QB, working through his progressions. He wanted to go downfield, but the defense took everything away. So his eyes come down, he finds the drag route underneath, makes a good throw, and his guy does the rest to pick up the first.
And he's got it! Touchdown, Gator!
It's hard for a defense to have to cover so much space. When the offense goes empty, you get receivers and tight ends and running backs lined up out wide. You've got to expand, and it's harder to cover on the back end.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
No love lost between teams anytime they square off inside the Big Ten. Here's one that's just gone final. Kentucky opened up a can, and how many times can you say you went into someone else's house and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of college football.
There he goes! And the explosiveness, the big Gator gets it to the 49-yard line. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line can...
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And those outside linebackers nowadays, they're so fast. They got to cover ground. You can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all that money.
And the Trojans have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Fires to the tight end. He'll step out of bounds just short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49 after a good pickup on that play.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
Safe completion on the screen. He's going to come up just a bit short. It'll bring up 4th down from the 43.
And I love the discipline on defense right there. Big 3rd down. So everyone keeping their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the ball, making a tackle. Great team defense.
4th down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. The Trojans are rolling down the field. Pocket breaking down. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call. They want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. They'll move the tight end. Wants to throw again. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Southern Cal. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
And right down the middle. And after the extra point was good, it's even Steven here in the second quarter. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Dropping back, it's Wells. Bought a little time, lets it go. It's complete on the right side. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Gonna let it fly. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on third down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Give to the running back. Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Holds and fires complete to the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Out of the gun, the inside give. And he's down at the 41. That's a 1st down.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you 1st downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
Making side adjustments here. Might as well give it to him again. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
2nd down, he'll throw it. He's going to let one fly down the middle. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Looking for more room.
And you wonder if that interception is going to bring this guy back down to reality a little bit. He was lights out early in this game. Everything he was throwing was right on the money, and that might have been a decision where he got a little bit greedy, and David, the defense made him pay.
And this defense has seen it time and time. They've been throwing the football, having success. Nice job adjusting, breaking on the football, making a play. They needed to break serve. They needed something to happen to go their way to kind of mess this guy's rhythm up. That might be the start of it.
Well, there was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
Oh, man, you don't see many of those anymore. Nowadays, the gloves are so good. The hands are so good. You don't see a lot of drop passes. Missed opportunity there for the receiver.
The play fake. Unloads it downfield. Intercepted.
And you will always remember your first. And how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this guy.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Defense made a play with that interception to set them up. Now to see if they can cash it in. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. The give to the tailback. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for him.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Give to the running back. Oh, he's got some space. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. And the legendary John McKay would be proud of the execution of the running game and picking up the first down.
Yeah, the basic principles of the run game, right? The easy stuff, the boring stuff, not fancy, not loved. Everybody likes points and all that other, stuff that goes with it. But you got to get the good running game. USC doing a good job early.
We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Leaves it with the back. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Got his man. Picks up enough to get them 1st and 10 from the 13.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
They'll run it from the gun. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Back to pass on 2nd down. Got his man on the right. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Might be changing the route. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
That's a big missed opportunity by the defense there, guys. If he's able to make that interception, all of a sudden, their offense is back on the field. But now, because he dropped it, it's still fourth down. And, of course, they're in field goal range.
And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And with that, they've taken the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
We've been talking about this Big 12 showdown all week, guys. Let's show you how things played out. Texas A&M packed a wallop today, and in many ways it felt like it packed the 12th man with them too. This was supposed to be a road test, and instead it felt like a walk through the park in College Station. This game may or may not impact the college football playoff, fellas, but it's bound to shake things up in the Big 12 standings.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Takes the easy throw in the flat. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. And the Gators want to pick up the tempo. To the air, it's Wells. Quick completion on the out. Gets it out to about the 35-yard line. That's where they'll mark him out of bounds in this offense trying to put something together.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined, run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside and the work.
Wide open spaces. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. Looking to throw on first down. A shot toward the end zone. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job.
Only I had a QB.
They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Stands in and takes the hit. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early, and he's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives. They've scored 2 touchdowns. And here on their 3rd possession, he still wants to take shots. That one obviously falls incomplete. But if you're him, I would keep spinning the beam.
The run to the left. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. This defense has kept them backed up. Now 1 more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He lost one down the sideline. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Dropping back, it's Wells. He's going to throw deep right side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Kickoff unit all lined up, and we're ready to put toe to leather. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They start this third quarter, one-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
The run to the right.
Oh, stop it.
He'll lose a yard.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. The RPO, fire complete to the left. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. To the air, it's Wells. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And that's a picture-perfect start for this defense. To start the second half now, your team's got the lead. You get to stop right away, get the ball right back to your offense to try to expand this lead. Nice start to the second half.
He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Quarterback may change this route. Wants to throw on 1st down.
Come on.
They stop him
Come on.
immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
You ain't nothing more than a $2
Taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Second down, they'll go to the air. They've got the screen set up. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
Man, on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Got
Make
him
a
downfield. At the 45 on his way. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
Bumped off the route, but when it's my guy, I can't hit him when he doesn't get bumped.
They're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Oh, and what a move. What a juke, and he makes it past the
I can't get a good pass when my receiver doesn't get bumped.
Marching down the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. Moves away as he feels pressure. Chunked it away just as he was hit. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, and your first job is to affect the quarterback and try to get him off his spot. They get him off his spot, he gets outside the pocket, and a nice job chasing, not quitting, getting to the quarterback, and still getting a good lick as he's throwing the football.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Oh, that was less than choreographed. Everybody going on their own snap count there. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty.
Hold on. Can't hear you. Hold on.
And here comes the offense on second down. Wants to go up top. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I like the play call on offense. I like you trying to get the running back involved in the pass game, too. Defense was ready for that one. Let's see what you've got dialed up on third.
Third and long from the 30-yard line in this defense, hoping to knock them out of field goal range. He wants to change this route. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
I tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. Third and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up fourth.
And the try is no good. It's still a three-point game after the miss.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Might as well stick with him. Got enough for the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Here he goes breaking the pocket. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
So now it's second and long. Looking for a man. It's Wells. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day.
And he can fill up the hand now with that pick, man. That's number 5 on the season, consistently making plays for his defense. Always a guy where we're going to be calling his name over and over again.
The give from the gun. He'll get it inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39 before he goes out of bounds.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
The Trojans in a good spot here with second and short. Back to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking downfield on first down. The throw to the outside is complete. The chunk plays that they love, and he takes it all the way down to the 10. And the Trojans will snap it on first and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Buying some time. Lets it go to the end zone. Almost intercepted. intercepted. They took a shot on first down and just about turned the thing over. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. From the gun, running back on the move. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
The best red zone offenses are the ones who can run the ball in this area, but that's a tough ask today, especially against this unit. One of the best 5 defenses in the nation stopping the run. This is a really big moment in this game.
As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So we open the final period with a third down play. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. That is no good. Guys, a missed opportunity there. The lead is still 3.
All right, there's still life in the opponent because this team just had a chance to pad their lead with that field goal try. They knock it off the post. We've still got a good ball game.
Not much there. Picks up a couple through the 22.
How about this defense rising to the challenge? Focal point number 1, stopping the great running back. Check. How do we do it? Being physical at the line of scrimmage, getting off blocks, not missing a lot of tackles. They have checked all of those boxes and shut this dude down.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Catch inside the 25. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Flips it out in the flat. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. The Gators want to move quickly. Back to throw, it's Wells. Floats it out in space. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Using his legs to buy some time. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted.
And some guys just have a knack of finding the football, and he is one of them. Like, you can just tell when the ball's in the air, he's like, that is mine. His second big game-changing play in this football game.
To the air on first down. Running into the open space. He finds enough room to get it up to the 28-yard line before going out of bounds.
Man, this defense has their hands full today because not only do they have to worry about the running backs and not only do they have to worry about the passing game, they've got to worry about this quarterback running the football because of plays like that. Not a huge explosive play, but he showed you the athleticism. He showed you he has the ability to hurt you with his legs.
The offense changing the play. Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. Quickly complete. He makes the tackle at the 33 after a pickup of 5.
Nice job there by the receiver on the out route, not telegraphing where he's going. He can't be peeking to the outside, giving the defender an opportunity to break on the ball. He kept his eyes right down the field. DB had no idea where he was going, and that helped make that completion a whole lot easier.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Moving away from pressure. Trying to find his man in the middle. Pulls it in down the middle.
things I love about this quarterback, David, is that he keeps his eyes downfield when he gets outside the pocket. He might have had an opportunity to take off running with that, but he knew he had an opportunity for an even bigger play. How about the run after the catch?
And that's great. You love that about the quarterbacks, but it's so frustrating when you've got a guy that just breaks the contain of the pocket, breaks down your defense. Now you got to cover longer in the back end, and you could tell he comes free, he sees him, catches it, and walks right into the end zone.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. Here comes the heat. Takes a hit as he fires. Finds a man in the middle. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. The Gators headed quickly to the line.
Well, this offense has shown you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped the field.
He'll take the deep shot. He's got it. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they've got it right on the doorstep. Defense in press coverage. Gonna look downfield again. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know I played for back in college. He would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Got stopped on first down. They'll try it again from the 2. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. Touchdown, Florida! Quick strike through the air for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to go up top on first down. And what a catch! A diving grab down the right side. One word to describe this guy: unstoppable. Over 150 yards receiving, and he is putting the gold into that Cardinal and gold.
And they do such a good job with this offense year after year. If you're a USC OC, you got stars. On the outside, you got speed. You know how to highlight them. You know how to find them. And you know how to feed them for big days like this.
They'll run it to keep the clock moving. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with 2nd and short.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
The clock clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. If they can pick up a yard here on 2nd down, that might put this one in the books. Gives it on the option. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
It's not a flashy play call, but that is exactly what it was designed to do. Get 2 yards, get the first down.
The Trojans with the 1st and 10. He might want another play. It's a draw. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. No reason to do anything here except keep it on the ground on 2nd and 5. Softened him up with a run, and now to throw. Firing to the right, complete. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one.
And obviously, getting the completion, it's a killer. They get a new set of downs. You got to find a way to make a play now. The saving grace, I guess, Jesse, is he ran out of bounds and stopped the clock, so at least the clock isn't running.
Yeah, and David, it's just a situation right now defensively. I think you just got to take more chances, right? You may have to blitz, you may have to sell out, you might risk giving up a big play, but it's just so critical at this juncture of the game that you're able to retake possession to give yourself a chance to win.
And the Trojans have it with a 1st and goal. Tight end finds a soft spot. Touchdown, Trojans! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Off the play fake on 1st down. He finds a dead spot in the middle. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's taking the deep shot. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays in the most critical moments. Both of these teams have tremendous playmakers, and and they're both going to make a lot of noise late in the college football season, but give the higher-ranked team tons of credit. They earned this one.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.